All right, honors. I'm gonna get you through the first step. I expect you to know how to do the next step. Okay, here we go. We're gonna multiply both sides by 3, and I'm doing this to kill off the 3 in the bottom. So this top 3 will just kill off the bottom 3, leave us with an x. Over here, plus 6 equals 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 8 is plus 24. So I'm color coding them so you know, yeah, these are x teams, these are number teams, you know, my clothes, baby's clothes sort of thing. Let's go minus 24, minus 24, minus x. If I did all of these things together, these would cancel out, equals 2x equals negative 18 divided by 2, top versus bottom of the 2, and x equals negative 9. So I expect you guys to be able to do this pretty easy, but we're just focusing on the 3. So I'm just going to get through the top part of this. I'm going to multiply by 2 to get rid of the bottom 2, multiply by 2 to get rid of the bottom 2. So this cancels out, leaves me with just x plus 6 equals 6x plus 16. Okay. This side, I'm going to multiply by 6 here because 6, I need to cancel out 3's and 2's. I'm going to multiply by 6. I'm going to multiply by 6. Over here, it's really easy. I'm going to do this side first. 6 just kills out, this top 6 would just kill out the bottom 6 and leave me with x. This 6 times negative 3 is minus 18. I'll just switch the colors. Equals. Over here, this 6 times 2 is really easy. That just leaves me with plus 12. This is the one that, like, that if I try to multiply by 6 over here, hopefully you see this, I multiply by 6. This 6 cancels out the 3, but there's some left over. It becomes just 2, right? It cancels out this, the 3 part of the 6 cancels out the 6, but there's still 2 times 3 left. So there's still that 2 that remains out of the 6. So now I go 2 times what's left, 2 times 2, this is actually 4x. So 6 was actually able to cancel out 3 and have some left over at the top to actually make this whole thing bigger. So that's where we would have been with this one. Hopefully that makes sense. So when I look at this one, 4 does that over here. So let's do 4. Let's do 4 on this side. Over here, it cancels out the bottom, just nicely cancels out the 4, and we have negative 3x. Over here, plus 24 equals, over here, 4 cancels out the 2, but it's like it cancels out the 2 and would still have 2 left over on top because 2 times 2 is 4. So that makes 1x into 2x's plus 4. Okay, keep going. Over here, I got to kill out a 5 and a 2, so I'm going to use 10. 10 is the smallest number I can think of that has 5's and 2's in it. So if I multiply by 10, 10 times 5 is 50. The 10 will kill out the 5, but have still 2 left over on top because 5 times 2 is 10. So this becomes minus 4x equals 10 kills out the 2, but there would still be 5 left over on the top because 5 times 2 is 10. So this becomes 5x. 10 minus 4 is minus 40. And now that's an easy problem to solve. Over here, I'm going to use 6 because 6 is the smallest number I can think of that kills off 3's and 2's. So let's see, it kills off the 2, but leaves an extra 3 on top. So this is 9x's minus 30. This kills the 3 on bottom, but there would be an extra 2 on top to make 6. So this is negative 4x plus 60. All right, let's see. Okay. One thing, this is kind of interesting. One thing I can do is just multiply, like when you think this is going to go in, right? We're going to multiply 1/2 into everything, and that's going to be long. I can do that, or I can just say, hey, before I do that, let's just multiply by 2. Let's multiply this whole thing by 2. So that before we multiply by 1/2, if we just multiply by 2, that'll get us back to where we start. So this will just kill out this before we even start. So the only thing that'll be left is x plus 3. It's like you could cut each one of these in half, and then when you come back and multiply by 2, it's just going to go back to normal. So it's like we took care of it beforehand. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you too many of those. So we're going to multiply this side by 2, and that makes 6x plus 18. If I did it long ways, here's what it would look like. This would be 1/2 times this is 1/2 x plus 3 halves, right? And then I would just combine and multiply by 2 because we basically put a bottom 2 in there, and now we need the 2 to take the bottom 2 out. So just before I even start giving this out, I'm just going to multiply by 2 so I don't have to give anything out, if that makes sense. That's a pretty tough one. All right, over here, I'm going to multiply by 3. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply by 3 so that I just get rid of this. Oh, 1 second. Michelle. Hey. No. Yes, but it has to be quick minute. Yeah. Gotcha. Yes, I will get on that. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay. So over here, I could multiply everything. I could multiply everything by 2/3, but then I would basically be giving everything a bottom 3. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to multiply this whole side by 3. So before I do anything, I'm going to multiply it by 3. And what that's going to do is I'm not going to be giving a bottom 3 to anything. I'm just going to be giving a top 2 to everything. That's a pretty advanced skill. I don't expect you guys to know that. But over here, let's just give a top 3. Or let's just give it 3. So I just use this 3 to kill, before I pass out a top 2 and a bottom 3, let's just kill that bottom 3. So now I'm just passing out a top 2. So this is 4x minus 6 equals 6x minus 12. If that's confusing, I'm not gonna hit you with that tomorrow, because I'm literally just want to see basically if you can do these guys up here. This one, before I pass out a top 3 and a bottom 4, let's just multiply by 4 so I don't have to pass out a bottom 4. So over here, I'm going to multiply by 4 as well. So over here, it's going to be, I'm passing out a top, I'm passing out 3 to everything, not 3 and a bottom 4. So 3x minus 12 equals, this would be 2x plus 2, and then we multiply by 4. That becomes, instead of passing out a 2 and a 4, we're passing out an 8, basically. So this becomes 8x plus 8. If this makes sense, great. If not, don't worry about it. These are ridiculously hard. I actually didn't even see these ones when we started. Okay, let's see. On this one, I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. These are hard. I like these. Okay, 4. Okay, why? That means before I pass out 1/4 over here, I'm not going to pass out 1/4. I'm just going to pass out 1, which means this whole thing is just 2x plus 10. Passing out 1 doesn't do anything. Over here means instead of passing out -3/2 to everything, I'm going to multiply by 4. So that gets rid of the 2 and makes the top twice as big. So I'm really multiplying everything by -6. So when I do that, this becomes -6x plus 18 equals 2x plus 10. I will not give you these problems tomorrow. I'm just showing you some tricks you can use multiplication to. And when they're using, yeah, don't worry about this. This would take a long time. This is funny. Okay, over here, I'm going to multiply by 3 over here. That way, actually, yeah, I'm going to multiply actually by -3, and you'll see why. So that before I do everything, it gets rid of the negative and the 3. So I'm just passing out a 1, which doesn't change anything. So this just stays -2x plus 3. So over here, I have to multiply by -3. And this becomes 12, positive 12x minus, let's see, 81. Okay. From there, you should be able to solve these ones. This one was, I'm going to multiply by -2 so that I don't have to pass out this -2. I can just pass out 1 and that doesn't change it. So x plus 8. I'm going to multiply this side by negative 2. So this becomes negative 6x minus 34. Okay, so from those levels, I expect you to be able to solve it. Do I expect you to be able to do this? No. Do I think that this is possible up here? Yeah, the first few. When they started having to multiply so you can cancel out the thing you're going to multiply by, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. All right, hopefully that helped. Don't worry, we're going to have a quiz tomorrow. I'm going exceedingly fast. If this doesn't make sense, don't worry, it will after your 5 billionth. Good luck.